I believe I am live. Yay. Hello, hello, hello. My name is Teresa Micheletti, and this site is called Take What Rings True. So the whole idea is you can believe what I say or not, believe part of what I say or not. So today I want to talk about life as a play. A long while ago, I was taking classes from spirit guides who would come and replace their spirit with Sylvia Brown's spirit. Sylvia Brown was a psychic. She would go sit on the other side. Her spirit guide would come in. Well, Raheem came in one time and said, "You are a phantasm. You are living in a non reality. Even though you think you are in a reality, really, this is just a fake place that's created for us to experience." We've been told by spirit guides, and you may believe or not, that we were created to experience for our Creator, for God, and that we're going through these experiences to share with Him and learn for ourselves. So we learn for ourselves and we perfect, get closer to the perfection of God, but mainly it's for God and for us. So we are in this play. And we sit down at a place called the Hall of Charts on the other side. And we get together with friends, acquaintances, and people we may not know. And we plan usually a group of lives, like 5 lives, 10 lives at the same time. It's like, okay, in this life, I'm going to be on the mom. I'm going to be the mom. And the next life, you can be the mom. And this next life, I'm going to be an engineer. And then the next life, I'm going to be a peasant. And the next life, I'm going to be a ruler. The next life, whatever it is. And you pick a theme. So you pick something that you want to experience through. My theme in this life is responsibility and humanitarian. So I feel like to be responsible for everything and I need to take care of everyone. So I remember I had a reading with Sylvia Brad and she said, "You're not supposed to take care of everyone and everything. So, like, give everybody else a chance. Stop feeling like you have to do everything." So, whatever your theme is, that's what you see life through. You may be a caretaker, you may be a catalyst, you may be an irritant, you may be a winner, you may be, all different aspects. There's a whole bunch of themes, and I did a talk on themes, so you can go look that up. Okay, so we sit down with our friends, our acquaintances, our group, and we plan lives. And then we see it on a screen. It's like a movie screen. And okay, if you tell the angels in your chart and your spirit guide, these are the big things I want to happen. And in order for that to happen, then you need to have movement. So, say you are living in Kansas City and you want to move to California, well, then you need to have some way to move from Kansas City to California. And angels put those opportunities in your chart. They put it in your life. Like all of a sudden, you'll get offered a job in California, or you'll have a friend who wants to go visit California. So, in some way, those opportunities are put in your path so you can follow those big check marks that you want to experience. So we have this play that we're going through in this lifetime. Now, it's really, really hard for me to believe that we're a phantasm, but I know some people believe that there's the main characters in your life, and then all the rest of them are like walk-ons, or what do you call those guys in movies and television that just like walk through the scene? That it's like that. There's some people that are just not real, and they're fulfilling the opportunity to experience whatever you're experiencing. I always think of them all as experiencing. So, however you feel comfortable, that's what you should believe. So, we write our own scripts for each life. Are you going to be tall in this life or short? Now, I have a friend in this life who is very short. But in other lifetimes, he was very tall, very tall, very tall, very tall. And he would make fun of the short people. So he needed a balance of experience. So in this life, he wrote in, you're going to be short. So you feel what that's like. And often that's what karma is, it's a balance of experience. So in one life, you may be rich, another life, you may be poor, then you may be bankrupt, then you may be middle class. You may be well educated in one life and a dropout in another. You may have accidents in one life and nothing happens to you at all in another life. You may have a major illness in some life or mental illness in some life and then not in another. You may be betrayed and then in another life, you're the betrayer. We write in 5 possible exit points. So it's like escape hatches for our lifetime. It's like, okay, I can exit here and I won't affect anybody else's chart. And the reason that suicides are so catastrophical is because if I am supposed to be interacting with my family and my friends, and I'm going to help someone to start a business, and I'm going to help my friend when they're in an illness, and then all of a sudden I commit suicide, it's like there's a hole in that person's chart and they're having trouble finding their job. There's a hole in this person's chart because no one stepped up to take care of what needs to happen when they're ill. So when you commit suicide, it creates holes in people's charts, which makes it even worse than a regular death. Because if it's a regular death where you have an exit point, then there's already someone to cover what's going to happen. If you signed up to be part of that person's play and you were playing a role and all of a sudden that role doesn't exist anymore. There's also option lines. You write in one area of your life. No, you write in most areas of your life and you leave at least one not written in or barely written in. And that could be your health. It could be your finances. It could be your personal life, and on it goes. And there's one area you can write in and have it however you want. I have a friend whose option line is finances, and she knows that, and she doesn't write it in. I sat down when I found out mine was my social life. I sat down and I wrote down, I want someone to come in and be a companion in my life. I want him to be 5'9" or above. I want him to have brown hair. I want him to have light colored eyes. I want him to be very smart. I want him to be have a good sense of humor, et cetera, et cetera. Well, I can tell you all those boxes were checked. So if it's something that you can write in, why not write it in? Now, I could have written, I wanted somebody with red hair. I wanted someone with hazel eyes, purple eyes, whatever. Well, probably not purple eyes, but write in. If you feel there's a part of your life that just falls apart no matter what you do, then think of sitting down and writing how you want that area of your life to be. If you know anything about Elizabeth Taylor, who was an actress, she was ill a lot. She was near death a lot because her option line was health, and there was nothing written. So anything that came along, she got. So if there's some area in your life that falls apart, sit down and think, how do you want it? Write it down. You're telling the universe, this is what I want this part of my life to be. So I'm so grateful that I sat down and wrote down what I wanted my personal social life to be, to have a companion come in my life that adores me, that is nice to me, that likes children and animals. So write down what you want in that area of your life that's falling apart. Okay. You share your experiences with God or Creator, as I just said, but you're responsible for your reactions. Okay, say you have a hangnail. Do you go home for the rest of the day, or do you ignore it, or do you just clip it off and continue with your day? Or maybe your sibling or a teacher or an adult says, you're dumb, or they say, you're mean, and you fall apart. because of their unfounded judgment. So it's your choice. How are you going to react? Now, when you're a kid, when you're a small kid and someone's saying you're dumb, you're dumb, you're dumb, you're not smart, you're not smart, that can affect you in later life because you may believe it. That's part of your innate belief in that lifetime. So you have to realize when you're older, hey, that's not true. That was not true. I'm going to eliminate that. I'm going to stop that. That's not going to be true for me anymore. I don't have to listen to what they said. That was not true. So if there's an area in your life, a belief in your life, I've talked about this before. There was a very smart lady at a conference in Australia, and we were sitting eating lunch, and she was telling me that her husband drove her to the conference because he told her that she would never be able to drive. She wasn't able to. And I'm thinking, what? You can walk, you can talk, you can, give lectures at this conference, and you're not smart enough to drive? Okay. So if someone has given you a belief and you're an adult, you need to take some time to reflect. Okay, what am I acting on that someone else told me I need to do? What belief do I have that I need to let go of? One of the main ones is you're not enough. And another good one is uh, you're limited. You're limited. You cannot make more money. You cannot find a better house. You're limiting. And your family, maybe, or the adults around you, had you feel that you were not enough or that you were limited in what you could do or what you could have, well, then stop that. So sit down today, if you have a chance, please, or maybe tomorrow, and think, okay, my life, what's my life like? Is there an area of my life that I would like to be better? And how is that affecting me? Is there something that I believe that maybe I shouldn't believe? Maybe I should change that belief and reframe it. You can go to a hypnotist to help you redo that. You can contact me. I'll be glad to help you work through stuff like that. But a lot of times we have these beliefs that this is the way it should be because these adults around me told me that. And I took it in. I think it's my belief. Yesterday, something happened and I was upset because I thought, oh no, did I interfere with this whole group because of something that happened to me? And then I realized that's the trigger from my life, from expectations of adults that everything is going to go correctly and everything needs to be not perfect, but everything needs to be going the way it should be, or it's probably your fault. And you are the responsibility. You are the one who should not have let that happen. Well, this is life. Everything's not perfect. There's a lot of negativity here. So yesterday I spent some time reframing that. It's like, no, no, I am not responsible for what happened in that group. I am not responsible for everything being perfect. That's not my role. No one in life is perfect. Maybe if you're God, you'd be perfect, but no one's going to be perfect. So just see what's happening, realize it for what it is, and then let it go. And if you loop it, you keep saying it over and over and over again in your mind. Oh, I shouldn't have done that. I shouldn't have done that. I shouldn't have done that. Repeating that in your mind is not changing it. You can think, okay, next time I would do whatever it is, and then let it go. Stop replaying it in your mind. So, unfounded beliefs and unfounded judgments, let those go. So, if you can take some time to reflect, if there's unfounded judgments in your life, people, betraying you, people taking away your worth, people announcing that, your idea is not good. And then 5 seconds later, they have that idea and they claim it for themselves. That's one of my unfavorites. Anyway, so the whole life we're in is a play. You wrote your role in this drama. So take a step back and reflect. And as my mentor Sylvia would say, life is just a bad camping trip. So you just got to laugh. You have to take humor in this life because things are not going to go perfectly. You know how you plan, okay, you're going to have this vacation and you're just going to get there and relax. And then you get on the plane and the plane's late. And then you miss your connection. And then they lose your luggage. Everything's not going to be perfect. Life is not perfect. So, how are you going to react to that? Okay, you missed the plane. All right, so get on another plane. They'll give you another plane. You have to stay overnight? Okay, no toothbrush. You'll live with it. You can live without brushing your teeth for 5 seconds or use your finger, which is what I did. Um, you know, life goes on. Just do the best you can at that point in time. Take a breath and laugh. It's like, of course, something was going to happen. And I always my reaction usually is nobody got hurt. Everyone's okay. All right, let's just keep going forward. I figure if nobody's bleeding, nobody got hurt, then I'm good. Whatever the experience was, just keep going. So remember, you are a phantasm. You are not a reality. When we get to the other side, that's our reality. And this is just a drop in the bucket, a little tiny, tiny bit of time. Because in our experience of being a spirit, of being created, we have lived millions and millions and millions of years. Hard to imagine. And so this lifetime is just a tiny little bit. But in our minds, it's like gigantic. But in the realm of things, in the realm of experience, in the realm of creation, it's just a little tiny bit. But of course, we're feeling the feelings we're having. We're experiencing the yucky stuff. So let's concentrate on the positive today. If you're having a yucky day, think of something positive. Go for a walk. Go hug a puppy. Go tickle a little kid. Not a stranger's. Go tickle your own little niece, nephew, grandchild, child, neighbor. Watch YouTube movies on puppies or children laughing, but find something that lifts your spirits today. And then, if you can have time, reflect on your life, your play, what's happened, what your beliefs are at this point in time, what your experiences are, what is the area that's giving you the most trouble. Maybe you need to write that in and reframe the things that are making you feel bad. Reframe the things that are looping again in your mind again, 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 again. So stop playing those old tapes, those old audios, those old CDs or MP3s, whatever they are in your head. Stop those. And what do you want going forward? How do you want your play to go from here on? Write it in your mind, reframe what's happening, what your life is like now, and how do you want it going forward? Something to think about. And it's kind of nice to know we have some control over this. So take control. It's your life, it's your body, it's your memories and your thoughts. So stop taking up all the time in your mind with the yucky thoughts and replaying them. Replace those, sweep them out, and fill your head with things that you adore, things you like, things you love. If you're having trouble and you're looping, 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 then think, okay, present. I need to be in the present. Notice what's around you. Oh, I love that color paint. Oh, I love those trees. Oh, isn't that a nice little outfit that kid's wearing? Find something to bring yourself back to the present and then reframe. What do you want to actually feel like? What do you want to actually experience? If you're having a weird vacation like I have had in the past, and your plane's gone, not, 5 minutes before it was supposed to leave, it left. They won't let you on the plane. So, okay, then go on with life. Maybe there was something you needed to avoid on that plane, and the next plane gets you there safely, or the next plane gets there without the yucky person sitting next to you. Maybe it was for a greater good that happened. If you reframe it like that, then maybe it's okay. So, I wish you blessings on this day, and I hope you reflect, reframe, and have a better day, a better life. So, as Shakespeare said in As You Like It, all the world's a play. Actually, he said, all the world's a stage, and all the men and women merely players. They have their exits and their entrances, and one man in his time plays many parts. That's from As You Like It by William Shakespeare. So remember, this is just a play. When you get to the other side, it will just be a moment in your existence. I know it doesn't feel like just a moment right now, but take a breath. Know there are blessings coming towards you, and find something good to do today. Find something fun. Find something to make you laugh. Thank you for joining me, and I hope to see you next Wednesday. Bye.